Judge Andrew Napolitano is here, Newsmax senior judicial analyst, with this story. And we continue to talk about it, but there continues to be development. So it went to an appeals court, an appellate court. What happened there? And then now, where is it today?
I'm surprised that the president's lawyers have filed this appeal directly with the Supreme Court.
Sure.
Because the Supreme Court does not have jurisdiction to intervene in a state prosecution until the issue for the intervention has been addressed by the highest court of the state. So the trial judge said, I'm sentencing you on Friday. I'm not going to put you in jail. I'm not going to impose any conditions. It's just the case is over. He appealed to an appellate court saying, I don't even want to be sentenced on Friday for a variety of reasons. I think I have immunity. I'm preparing to become the president of the United States. There'll be a stain on my administration. We all understand the arguments. A single appellate judge said no to the president. The sentencing will go forward. He must appeal first to the full panel of 4 on which that appellate judge sits. Then he must appeal to the highest court in the state, a panel of 7 judges on the Court of Appeals of the state of New York. And if he loses there, then to the Supreme Court of the United States. Now, can the Supreme Court reach down and take this case away from the appellate courts in New York? Yes. But if it does so, it will be violating its own rules, and it will be violating a federal statute which prohibits federal courts from interfering with state prosecutions until they've reached finality.
Let me jump in really quickly because there is a little bit of an update to this. A very credible reporter putting out that he did appeal, his attorneys did appeal to the state Supreme Court and the U.S. Supreme Court, and that the prosecutors in New York have until 10 a.m. Thursday to file a response.
I'm unaware of an appeal to the Court of Appeals of the state of New York, and I've never heard of this double appeal.
Right.
However, to the president's point, the Supreme Court of the United States, as you just pointed out, a few minutes ago ordered the prosecutors here in Manhattan to reply by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, Thursday. The sentencing is scheduled for Friday. That must mean they're taking this seriously if they've told the prosecutors to reply. Will there be oral argument? No, there isn't time for oral argument. Will there be a decision? Probably about 4 o'clock Thursday afternoon. The sentencing is scheduled for 9:30 Friday morning.
Yeah, a lot of moving pieces. Plus, it's a busy week in Washington where you're going to have all the former presidents and sitting president be there in honor of former President Jimmy Carter's funeral proceedings.
They'll all be sitting next to each other in the first or second row of the Washington National Cathedral at this time tomorrow, next to President Carter's coffin.
What a shocking image that will be. And look, we've discussed yesterday about how Trump had planned to appear via video. Does that change at all with the sentencing, or is it going to depend on what the Supreme Court does?
Well, if the Supreme Court does not interfere, then Trump can exercise his right to appear via video. He can also, here's something he can do, he can insist on being present, and he has the right under New York state law to address the court. Are you ready for this? For as long as he wants concerning the imposition of sentencing. I would think Donald Trump would want to take advantage of that in person because of the drama of it. But that choice is his, and the court has given him that choice. Judges usually don't give criminal defendants a choice. You can come in the courtroom or you can do it from your home. But this is, of course, the most unique case in the modern era, maybe ever.
And final comment on the gag order that remains in effect, as Trump clearly stated, the president-elect on Truth Social. After the sentencing hearing, if indeed that does happen Friday, we're watching for the appeals process to play out. Does the gag order then end on, is that typical standard? Obviously, this isn't typical, but does it end on sentencing day?
In my view, the gag order shouldn't have been imposed. In my view, the gag order should have, even if improperly imposed, should have ended when the jury verdict came in. However, Justice Merchan has insisted it is still in force. Once he sentences him, if he does so on Friday, and signs the document, he loses jurisdiction over the case, and the gag order would evaporate.
Perfect. Yeah. And again, still wondering what is it that he really wants to say. It's seemingly, from what you take from his Truth Social, there is something that he wants to get off his chest about Justice Merchan.
He does, and he ought to be able to do it. He has the same free speech rights as everybody else.
All right. Judge Napolitano, thank you very much.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
it.
You're welcome,
Good
guys.
stuff.
Information truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.